Hey YouTube, it's your beekeeper here. Welcome to another edition of Backyard Beekeeping. This will be the first video for the 2017 bee season. I've already been in these hives a couple times, hives singular, and we'll get to that in a minute, but I've already been in this hive twice this year. I just never really grabbed the camera and got up there and got it. But the weather was beautiful. It's Sunday, April 9th, about 8:45 in the morning. I happen to have the camera handy, so I said, well, you know what, let's grab the camera. And I do get a lot of questions. I get several questions a week of people asking me how the bees and asking me questions about bees. So I figured it was about time that I gave you all a video and get you going on what's going, and we'll see how the old 2017. We've got a ton of rain here in Northern California. Orange tree, I've got 3 or 4 apple trees on there. The irises are blooming. The brogansia there's blooming, the African daisies, the calla lilies, the clover, just gone nuts. We've had a ton of rain, and I'm hoping it's going to be a good year here for us. Last year was a bit sketchy with the drought. As you can see, I've only got 1 hive now. Went into the winter with 3, and quickly realized that they weren't making it, so it got whittled down to 1. I still have my rain protectors there on top of the hive that are held down with heavy pavers. There's like 8 or 9 pavers on there because it was pretty windy and we've had quite a bit of rain. But the last time I did an inspection would have been October of 2016. That's when I noticed that just about all the drones had been kicked out of the hive. So I can feel pretty comfortable that the queens and the hive are not thinking about splitting and swarming, which is what I really don't want in this suburban environment, to have swarms of bees. There I'm taking a sniff of the hive there, just kind of checking the health and wellness of there, get a good smell of what a healthy hive smells like, and then you'll know when something's going amiss. October I had 3 hives. They were all doing decent. 2 of them were meh. If you'll remember last year, all 3 of my hives were first year queens. I went completely beeless. See, I'm taking another wafting, just smelling it. I lost all my hives last spring, so all 3 hives that I went into the winter with were first year. I thought they had enough pollen, had enough honey. I thought they had enough population to get them through. And while I don't go into the hives in the wintertime, I still look at them, I still watch them, and after you watch them a while, you know what's normal activity versus abnormal activity. And late January, I noticed abnormal activity that was I can only categorize as they were being robbed. And I grabbed my suit and I went inside, and sure enough, 2 out of the 3 hives were queenless. They were significantly down population-wise, and they were getting their honey stores robbed by likely this one remaining hive. Maybe some other bees as well, but for the most part, I'm sure it was this hive here that was just ripping them off. So I let them continue. I let them do what they do, and there was no saving the other 2 because the queens were already gone. The numbers were dismal. There were 50 or 75 in each hive, so it wasn't even worth trying to get them to combine 3 into 1. So it's possible some of the other bees kind of merged into this one, but check out this frame here. This is kind of cool. Inside each one of these cells, you'll see larvae, uncapped larvae. They're youngsters. And as we scroll here to the left a little more, you'll see really little ones, including some eggs, although the eggs are kind of hard to see on the video, but they're there. They're in there. Look how tiny they are. They're so cute. This queen is amazing. I just added this second box 3 weeks ago, and she's already filling the top box. And my intention is to split this sooner than later. As soon as I feel comfortable, I want to split it because I want that hive to really build up their numbers and their inventory. If possible, I'm going to split it twice. That may or may not happen to go in with 3 hives. I'd rather have 2 strong, healthy hives than try to split one and make 2 mediocre to weak hives. Really, Cleo? You've got to come here and drink now. So we'll see. It's not all up to me. It's up to them, and it's up to Mama Nature and what Mama Nature is going to give me, and that's what we're going to... Dude. Hey, buddy. Stop. Please go somewhere else for at least a few more minutes, okay? So I added this box. Buddy! Buddy! Are you thirsty, you goof? Added this box 3 weeks ago, and as you can see, she's taken quite kindly to it. Interestingly enough, this one surviving hive was the most aggressive out of the 3 hives. My last inspection, as I mentioned, was early October. And I went up to do the inspection with this little half jacket on, the same one I'm wearing today. Well, today's April 10th. This day, which is April 9th, 2017. And it didn't even dawn on me. I went up with a pair of jeans that had a big rip in the knee, in one of the knees. I got through 2 of the first 2 hive inspections without any problem at all. I knew this was an aggressive hive, so I always take that one as last. I got into this hive not thinking about it, and I wasn't 3 frames into the inspection. That's the cat now. I wasn't 3 frames into the inspection, and I felt a burn on my knee, and I looked down, and there were hundreds of bees. Okay, maybe there were only 50, but it looked like hundreds of bees just swarming into this hole in my pants. And it started to hurt pretty quickly, and they were crawling up my pant leg, and I quickly realized that there were certain areas in the northern region of my knee that really didn't want to get stung, so I quickly wrapped my pants tight so they couldn't get up any farther, and I had to finish putting the hive back together because it was blown apart, and you can't just start running down the hill screaming, waving your arms, because that's not any good. So I just sat there and sucked it up and got stung really heavily, and my leg swelled up like 3 times literally its size. I'm not even exaggerating, I wish I was, but pretty much from the top of my sock just above my ankle to my mid-thigh, my leg was huge. I was yoked. One of the things I didn't get for this video is I didn't get the shot where I found the queen. And what I did, and because I'm not very smart, but what I did was I shut the camera off because I was kind of cleaning things up in here. This is the bottom box, and I'm cleaning things up because there's just a lot. There's a lot of burr comb, there's a lot of propolis that just makes it difficult to get the frames in and out. So I'm taking my time, looking things over, and I thought it was boring, so I shut the camera off. Excuse me, and then I thought I had the camera turned on. I found the queen, but I didn't. But she's in there. You see, she's got quite a brood a brewing. So I suspect here in the next couple of weeks we're gonna have a pretty good explosion of population. As soon as I get their numbers up, I'm gonna split them as early as I can. Maybe another month, we'll see, and we'll start building from there. But these bees right here, this one remaining hive is strong, it's healthy, it smells good. I don't know why the other hives failed. They still had some uncapped brood that hadn't emerged. But you know, when the numbers get down, when the numbers fall, and they can't keep their brood warm, the little larva is going to die. They're going to die. So, and they had plenty of honey. They had plenty of pollen, enough to get robbed by this other hive. So I'm not sure, other than they were first-year bees, first-year queens. Maybe she just wasn't up to snuff. You know, things happen. Things happen. That's what happens. So we're down to 1. And while this was the most aggressive hive last October, today they were just absolutely delightful. You see they're extremely active. They're all healthy and shiny. They look really good. Nobody got stung. Well, that'd be just me. I didn't get stung. And we had a really nice inspection. Look at them. Look at them. Put everything back together here. If you're counting, if you care. I build 10 frame boxes. I've talked about this before, and I've only put 9 frames in. So there's a little more space in between the frames than what people typically run. I just like giving the bees a little more room. I like giving them some room to breathe. I don't like squishing bees. I really don't. I mean, I know there's 20,000 plus bees in a hive, but I feel really bad even when I squish one. So by only putting 9 frames in there, there's a little more space to pull the frames in and out without squishing bees. There's just kind of the cast-offs there. And we're going to put everything back together here. We're going to smoke them out, get them back in the box. That's the eucalyptus leaves that I use. Nice, cool smoke. That's why I pack all that. I really pack it tight because I don't want the smoke hot. It seems to work for them. Here I'm just kind of cleaning up the spiders and the ants. They've kind of made a home here, and I don't want them in my hive. They got this whole yard they can play around on, but they can't play in my hives because it just weakens them. It's just another force out there that's killing, reducing the numbers of my bees, and anything I can do to help them at least. So we're gonna pop the lid on here. Let me show you something. Here's what's interesting. I grab the camera, I come around to the front of the hive, and yes, I still have the entry restrictors on there, at least until the weather warms up. I want them to be able to maintain their temperature and protect their hive. They're calm. They're super chill. Normally, after you do an inspection, if you've really gotten them mad, they beard up on the front of the hive there. But these guys, look at them. They're just going about their business, fanning themselves, showing their booty to the camera. Look at them twerking. And you can see their saddlebags are full. They're bringing in pollen. I don't know if there's an ant right there, that little turd. I don't know that there's much nectar flowing right now, but they're definitely collecting. Look at all the pollen. They're collecting. They're doing a great job. So we're starting 2017 strong. Oh, that really didn't focus too well now, did it? We're starting 2017 with one strong hive. I'll be doing updates maybe once a month or so, unless you guys want some more. And we'll see how we do. We'll see how 2017 goes. All right, I got things to do. Gotta go. Gotta run. See ya.